think I'm going live. Greetings, everybody. Greetings. Oh my God, I'm live. I feel like Romper Room. I lived in New York with my mom when I was younger, and there was this show on Romper Room. It was called Romper Room, and it was on, I forget which network, but in the show, and it was a kid show. So the woman in the show used to call out names, and she'd be like, "I see you, Bobby, and I see you, Jimmy, and I see you, Tommy." And I used to always go, "What's she gonna say, Rashida?" And she never said Rashida. Which anyway, so whenever I do this, I literally get a memory of Romper Room, me sitting there waiting for her to call my name. But anyway, so whenever I do this, I literally get a memory of Romper Room, me sitting there waiting for her to call my name. But anyway, I seek refuge in God from the accursed devil in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. I'm live, y'all. Welcome. We're getting ready to go on a time travel. Are you ready? We're going to go on a time travel because I have been seeing way too many posts and videos, and I've been hearing from women about the mistreatment that they've been experiencing from their husbands and men. And I just think the world could be a better place. I really do. So I've decided, this topic came to me at like 3 a.m. As you guys know, I'm a marriage mindset coach. I'm a mindset coach. I work with women all over the world to help them to improve their sense of self-worth and value so they can receive amazing husbands, they can receive more money in their businesses or careers, and they can improve their lives. Everything is within, I tell you guys, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He will not change the condition of a people until they change what is within themselves. So I'm here to help women transform on the inside so their reality can be different on the outside. So I, 3 o'clock in the morning, as you guys know, it's October. It's the end of October. I'm in America, so I don't celebrate Halloween, but the Halloween season is all around me. Neighbors have Halloween displays up. I mean, all types of stuff is going on. Halloween stores pop up just for a month or two. And there's vampires everywhere. There's images of vampires everywhere. And I thought about men in that same regard. So I've been hearing a lot of stories of men who have been mistreating women. And I just think that's like a vampire, like soul sucking, energy draining, not investing in you, not pouring into you, not making your life easier or better. There are many of them on the planet in human form. So I think that women are going to learn something different in the next 200 years on this planet. I think there's 10 things that women are going to learn different by the year, hopefully by next year. But I'm a realist. So I'm going to give us 200 years to learn these things. Hopefully in the next 200 years, life on the planet will be different for women. So are you guys ready? This is old to Romper Room. This is old to, if you guys are from New York, New Jersey, y'all remember Romper Room, 80s kids. I'm an 80s kid. So we're gonna take a trip. We're gonna take a trip into the future. Are you guys ready? Go get your glasses. We're gonna take a trip. Y'all ready to go on a trip? We're gonna take a trip. We're gonna take a trip. Put your glasses on. Blink 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You're in the year 2025. 2225. You're in the year 2225. There are no more vampires. They don't exist in your life. You know why? I created a list, 10 reasons why you don't attract vampire-like men into your life. You only attract men into your life who are investing in you, who love you because they love themselves, who are amazing providers and protectors, who help you to achieve your life dreams and goals, who are giving you amazing, easy life. That's what you're creating. And these are the reasons why. Number 1, women in the year 2225 really love and value themselves. They know their worth. They know their value. They're even happy without a man. They have joy without a man. They are living their best lives without men. So any men that they allow to marry them are only men who are going to make their lives easier and better. They'd rather be alone. They'd rather be alone than be with a man that is soul sucking the life out of them, right? They know this in the year 2225. Hopefully they'll learn it before. But again, I'm a realist. I'm giving you guys 200 years to learn these things. It's impossible for women in the year 2225 to be with a man who doesn't love himself. So how could he love her if he doesn't even love himself? And how could you receive love if you don't love and value yourself? So she knows that. She's aware of this. Number two, women in the year 2225, they consider their own needs first. And his second. He comes second. They prioritize their own needs. They can consider their husband's needs. They can consider a man's needs, but their needs come first. Number three, they care about how they feel above and beyond what he feels. Their feelings are very, very important to them. Yes, they can consider their husband's feelings. They can consider men's feelings, but they're putting their feelings first. They're prioritizing their feelings. If they're not feeling good, it's a problem. It's a problem for everybody in their lives. Okay. Let's see. I wrote a list, y'all, because I will forget important things. This is the vision. This is the vision that I have. I woke up at 3 a.m. This is the vision that I have for women in the year 2225. We're going to make this happen. Right? They're not negotiating their needs, wants, and desires. They're prioritizing themselves. They're prioritizing their feelings. What they need, want, and desire is super important to them, with or without a man. A man is in their life to help them achieve their own needs, wants, and desires. But even without a man, girl, they are still in bliss. They are still in bliss and joy. Number 4, this is important. All women in the year 2225 invest in therapy and coaching. They have no problem investing in themselves. They have no problem investing in their personal development. They're getting over their daddy issues. They're over them. The first man who ever loves you and teaches you how to be treated by a man is your father. And if they didn't have a father that made them feel special and adored, they're investing in therapy and coaching because they know they got to heal from those daddy wounds so they can recognize real love in themselves and in a man, right? They're also reprogramming their subconscious minds. They're rewiring their brains. All the childhood programming that taught them they weren't good enough, they weren't special enough, they weren't worthy, they didn't deserve to live an amazing life. They have rewired their brains. So they're different. They're showing up in the world different. They're showing up in the world knowing that, yeah, I'm supposed to be living an amazing life. And a man is only there to help me to do that. Why would I have a man in my life who's going to soul suck the life out of me? Who's going to be a vampire, right? We don't do Halloween. We don't do Halloween on October 31st. We're not going to do Halloween any other day of the year. Okay. Number 5, they are spoiling themselves before marriage. They're taking amazing care of themselves. They're spoiling themselves so that they just expect when a husband is in their life, he will be spoiling them too. They've already been doing this. And even a man that comes into their life is going to see the way that woman is spoiling herself. And that way the woman is providing for her own needs, wants, and desires. He's going to know, I got to step up to the plate if I want to be with this woman because she knows how to spoil herself, right? This is 2020. This is 2225, y'all. This is the vision that I have for women all over the world. She is with a man who takes pleasure, absolute pleasure in her happiness and her joy. If he doesn't take pleasure in keeping her happy, she knows how to let go of him very easily, right? She's with an ambitious man. She doesn't stay with insecure men. She doesn't stay with men who have low self-esteem. She only courts ambitious men with a plan for their lives and is asking her, how can I be of service? What would you like? What are your dreams? How can I help you live your highest dreams in life? How can I contribute to your well-being? That's the type of man she's only accepting in the year 2225. I'm giving y'all 200 years. I'm giving y'all 200 years to learn these things. They're not difficult either. Number 6, She loves God so fiercely and deeply that she knows the creator of the universe is her ultimate protector and provider. So she doesn't have to stay stuck in any situation that she doesn't want to be in. I have the creator. The creator can take care of my needs, wants, and desires. The creator can help me. So why would I stay with a vampire? I believe in light, not the darkness of a vampire. I have the light right here with me, right? So why would I choose to be with a vampire? She knows that. She loves God. She loves herself. And she loves God and herself more than she loves any man. So she just sees men as accessories to an amazing life that she's already creating for herself. She doesn't see a man as a necessity. She sees him as an accessory. Juma Mubarak, ladies. It is Juma. I'm going to get to your questions and comments once I get through my list, so bear with me. Juma Mubarak. So she just sees him as an accessory. Like a beautiful bag, a nice pair of earrings. Why would I have something in my life that is not purposeful? That's not providing a purpose. Like my bag has a purpose. My sunglasses have a purpose. My sunglasses just transported me to 2225. Even the sunglass case has a purpose. It holds sunglasses. So why would I have anything in my life that's not serving a purpose? She knows. She knows that. Friends too. No one's in her life that's not serving a purpose. Right. Number 7. She receives more than enough money because what she knows about the way the creator designed the universe is, oh, I love that, cowboy girl. I love that. Is that we live in abundance, absolute abundance. She can look at the trees, right? I'm sitting here looking through my office at the leaves on the tree, and I'm knowing when I look at nature that nature is abundant, that God created abundance. Right? There's a surah in the Quran, Al-Kathir, that means abundance. So she knows she lives in abundance. So she has no issue with asking the creator of the universe, how do I create more money so I can take amazing care of myself and my children? She always has her own money. Yes, she likes a man to pay her bills. She likes a man to, provide for her financially, but she always has her own. And she's always thinking of ways to build wealth for herself, future generations. This is who she is by year 2020, 2225. I'm giving you guys 200 years, right? She's asking the creator every day, if she wants to create more, how do I create more? How do I create it in a way that I love? Doing my purpose work, doing work that lights my soul up, doing work that uses my natural God-given talents and gifts that the creator of the universe gave me. That's how you create abundance. Ya Allah, show me, how do I use my God-given talents and gifts to create abundance for myself and future generations? She's not stuck in lack. She's not stuck in scarcity. She's not stuck in poverty. She doesn't believe in that. And this is a woman who grew up in poverty. So I'm here to tell you, it's a lie. It's a lie. Especially if you live in the West. If you live in the West, there's so many ways to create abundance. And she knows that if a man is not in her life, she can still take care of herself with or without a man in her life. Okay. And her children. Number 8, women in the year 2225, they love to be taken care of. They not only enjoy taking care of others, but they want to be taken care of. And they know exactly what that means. They know that a man can only respect them and truly love them if he is 100% investing in them, not the other way around. Maybe women in the year 2025 think they have to invest in a man, invest and do and give and give and give and give and give. And he's taking. But my vision for the women of 2225 is that they know how a man truly loves you and respects you is by him pouring into you consistently, investing in you, asking you, what do you need? What do you need for your next level? What do you want? Right? Thinking about you, thinking about all the ways he can invest in you. And you having no problem asking. You having no problem asking for what you need, want, and desire. Because he's not a mind reader. Women in the year 2225 know men don't read minds like they think now. And they're on here complaining about all the things men aren't doing, but they're not asking men for the things they want, need, and desire. But women in the year 2225, they're actually the mind readers, and they know men aren't mind readers. What else? And because she invests in herself, she can easily have a man in her life who willingly invests in her and her children, takes pride, y'all, takes pride in having a family, takes pride in being married to you, takes pride in investing in your business ventures, takes pride in it, looks forward to it, makes him feel like a real man, right? Because he knows. Now, the men in 2225 are different too. It's because we're different. Because our standards and boundaries are different. So they're different. We're not easy anymore, like how a lot of women are so easy now. So because we've become different, they've become different. That's how it generally works. Women are powerful. When women understand their power, then they can be different, and then the men will just fall right in line. Number 9. She has built a village, a community. She's not expecting one human being to meet all her needs, wants, and desires. She is asking for the help from other women, her family, her in-laws, her cleaning lady, her whoever she needs to get help to manage her life, her children's lives, her household. She's not doing all this by herself and then becoming resentful and bitter. She's not, she believes she deserves a village. She's subconsciously creating a village of people who are coming up to her and saying, how can I help you? How can I help you? Right? Because she is looking for help in her life. She loves receiving help. She loves receiving support. She's excited about it. She's asking when she needs support from other women or her family or her in-laws. She has no problem asking. I'm not going to do all this. I'm not going to have businesses. I'm not going to raise children. I'm not going to go to work. I'm not going to take care of my husband and children's needs all by myself. That's bananas. She's not burning herself out. She's not overworking. She's not overwhelmed because she knows how to get the support she needs. Number 10. This is my women in the year 2225. They're a different breed of women. They don't accept vampirism from men. They know they're an asset to a man's life. They know their mere presence, their feminine energy, their warmth, their nurturing, their kind words, their encouraging and supportive words to an ambitious man is all that is needed for him to create more than enough money. I want y'all to sit with that. She knows her presence, her encouraging words, her feeding his healthy ego. I'm so proud of you. You're gonna get to the next level. I'm here for support. You're gonna create more money. I know you will. I believe in you. She knows the power of her words to influence and inspire an ambitious man to be more. She's not giving this nurturing and encouragement to any man, not to a vampire. A vampire wouldn't appreciate that. A vampire wouldn't do anything with it. A vampire would only do for himself with it. But when she gives this encouragement and this feminine power and nurturing to an ambitious man who loves her and loves himself, he's going to take all of that energy and he's going to take you to the next level. As he's going to the next level. And then he's going to continue to go to the next level. His next level never ends. I promise you. So she knows who to give the energy to. She doesn't give it to every man. She can recognize vampires very easily. And she's not giving that to a vampire. What would a vampire do with that? But continue to suck her dry and then say, you're not doing enough for me. You're not giving enough to me. I need more of your blood. That's what a vampire would do. So she doesn't deal with vampire men. And the bonus, y'all, the bonus. She has her own dreams and goals. She's self-motivated. There's things she wants to create in the world too. She has a vision for her life too. And she knows only a man who can meet her at her vision and help her receive her vision is the only type of man that belongs in her life. The rest are vampires. All the rest are vampires. So she can recognize the fangs. She can look at a man and be like, oh, I see his fangs. He's not going to add to my life in any way. He's going to suck me dry. Yeah, she has to invest in herself, Aziza. A woman who invests in herself is an energy that then she will receive from everyone around her. People will invest in her. Her husband will invest in her business ideas. I'm a living, breathing example of what I teach y'all. I'm a living, breathing example of it. I don't teach anything that I don't know because I've been through it. So that was my 10. So we're still in the year 2225. Are you guys with me? Okay, we're still in the year. If you forgot you were in the year 2225, put your glasses on. Put your glasses on. We're in the year 2225. So I'm going to answer your questions, comments, concerns. Maybe even put in the chat. Put in the chat what's different for your lineage, for your descendants in the year 2225. Have y'all seen this group 7 thing? This group 7 thing, I keep getting these things about group 7, and I had to look it up in Google. What's group 7? And group 7 are, gasp, they are the generational trauma breakers. They are the ones who have changed life for their descendants, for the generations that are coming after them. Yes, we're in the year 2225, so we have different glasses on. So these are the people who are breaking generational trauma, are creating a different path for their children, their children's children, their children's children's children, because they have healed and grown and they know who they are and they know what they deserve, and they don't want their children to experience the things they've experienced, and they don't want their great grandchildren to experience the things they've experienced, and they don't want their great 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 grandchildren. That's how she's thinking, this woman. That's how she was thinking. Yes, we're in the year 2225. We're in the year 2225. This from a woman who grew up in poverty. And as a kid, I used to tell my dad, I'll never forget this, when I was 10. I told my dad, I'm getting out of here. I don't understand. It was almost like I knew. I'm getting out of here. I don't know why I was put in this situation. I don't know why I was put in poverty. I don't understand. But I deserve better. I'm getting out of here. And my children will not live the way I lived. And my children's, inshallah, and my children's children's children will not. I was determined a long time ago, and I'm still determined. Yeah, group 7. I was like, what is this group 7 thing? Supposedly, this musician made 7 different videos on TikTok, and the 7th video was the one that went viral. And if you see the group 7 videos, supposedly you're like special, but I think every human being is special. And I think when you truly understand how special you are, and the creator of the universe all gave us talents and gifts and made us special. And once you can figure out what your talents and gifts are, you can use the talents and gifts in the service of human beings, and he will bless you and reward you because you're doing your purpose work, right? Which is to worship him, and you're in service to him by serving creation. So, okay, let's see. You guys have questions? Put your questions in here. Please give your advice. You're 36 weeks and your husband never comes home. Ugh, ya Allah. I can't even imagine. I send you so much love. I send you hugs. If I could hug you through the screen, I would, because I can't imagine being 36 weeks pregnant and my husband is not out at 2 a.m. getting me ice cream. That's the only reason why he should be out at 2, 3 a.m. is I'm like in the bed poking him because I need Tylenol or I need ice cream or I need something. Do you guys understand your value as women that have wombs, that carry the next generation in your wombs? Do you understand how special you are? The fact that you can grow life inside of you for 9 months. If all women, I should add that to the list. In the year 2225, what all women know is I am so special. I carry life in my womb. I've given this man children, so he should be treating me like a queen. So I send you love. You can't change a man. I promise you, they're grown, especially when they're grown adults. You can change little boys. I've worked on programming my son since he was a baby. to make him the type of man that will be able to be loving and kind and nurturing and providing for a family. I tell him still now at 16, do you know you got to get your money up? I tell him at 16 years old that you have to save your money because you got to take care of a family one day. So we can program our boys, we can program them, but you really can't program a grown man. You can't rewire a grown man. He has to want to think differently. And if he doesn't want to think differently about the way he treats you, you can't force him. What I tell women is, if you're with a soul-sucking vampire, you need to go get therapy or coaching because you need to work on yourself. Because the more you work on yourself, you start to see yourself differently. You start to see the value of self, the value of yourself, and then you start making different choices based upon how you see yourself. So I tell all women, go get some counseling, go get some coaching. Make sure you love and value yourself first, okay? I will send a prayer up for you guys. I pray for you guys usually on Fridays because I don't go to Juma usually, but like on my Thora prayer, I'll make a prayer. I make a prayer for all my followers that you guys start to really, really love yourselves and love God in the way that you should. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, financial provision is one thing. I believe that men are, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, they are protectors and providers. So protecting is not just physical. Providing is not just financially. Protecting is emotional protection as well. Protection is spiritual protecting my heart. Is he protecting my heart? Does he care about my feelings? A man who doesn't care about my feelings doesn't love me. That's how I look at men. If you don't care about my feelings, you don't love me. Because I care about my feelings. I care. My feelings are very important to me. I don't have any people in my life who don't care about my feelings because they don't really love me. And what I find is men can be selfish if you allow them to. So any men who are even in this chat, this is not for men. This is not for men. I'm for women. I don't work on transforming men because men got a whole different scenario. I work on transforming women because I'm a woman. So I know what women need to hear and need to feel about themselves. So if you're a man in my chat, you probably want to just either leave or be quiet because this is not for men, right? And that's the problem with men like that. Let me tell you about real men. If you guys haven't really met real men in your life, real men don't go back and forth with women. Masculine men, they're not even on here. They're working so hard. My husband's social media is literally him advertising his businesses. That's it. He's always working so hard that he doesn't have time for social media. Social media? No. So even when they're sitting on social media all day and playing and I don't know what they're doing, I'm thinking, why are they not working hard? Why are they not out working hard? I think men are designed to work hard, right? I think men are supposed to work hard so that they can give you an easy life. That's why God made them physically stronger. They're supposed to be working hard to give their families an easier life. So I don't really go back and forth with men because I don't understand why men are even on here. Why are you not out working hard? I don't understand. 2225, y'all. We're in 2225. Welcome. 2225 is a different year for women. I hope it happens sooner. I hope it happens in January 2026. But I'll put this whole recording on my YouTube channel, which is Rashida, Marriage Mindset Coach. If you go to my YouTube, I put all my TikTok lives, the whole recordings on my YouTube channel, and I created a list of why things are different for women in the year 2225. So make sure you watch the whole video, right? I look like one what? He's getting ready to get blocked. Yeah. You look like one what? I don't understand. 5 friends. Salam. Assalamu alaikum, beautiful women. Yeah, why? I mean, men are supposed to work hard. Men shouldn't have time for social media. They shouldn't have time to be sitting on podcasts and all this social media unless they're making money. Why are they hanging out? I don't get it. Why are y'all hanging out? I don't understand. I used to see my dad, maybe because I saw my dad like that. My dad used to work so hard. He was hardly ever home. He would come home tired. And so I just thought that's the way men are supposed to live. They're supposed to come home really, really tired. They're supposed to be working super, super hard so they can provide for a family. So their wife doesn't have to work hard. That's the way God designed it. But I don't know. Maybe people think differently. I don't know. I don't understand. Okay. What advice do I have for young sisters interested in getting married but focused on herself? You should be focused on yourself before marriage. You should be. Before I got married, I was always investing in my own education, my personal development. I was traveling. I was hyper focused on myself. So I was pouring into myself. I was investing in myself. I was investing in therapy. I was investing in coaching. I was taking amazing care of myself so that when my husband showed up, I had my own home. I had my own car. I had purchased my first home. So when my husband showed up, he could see, oh, I'm gonna have to meet her where she is. I'm gonna have to continue to uplevel her because she's already upleveling herself. I'm gonna have to continue to give her an amazing life, right? Which is what he's done. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. He just got me a Tesla the other day because he said to me, "Your BMW." He's like, it's at over 105,000 miles, and he's like, they start having issues once they get to 100,000. I don't want you to have issues in the car, and they're expensive to maintain and fix and all that. So he's always thinking of me, but I was always thinking of me, right? I'm telling you, really masculine men, they're not vampires. Really masculine, healthy masculine men who are healthy, who are secure, who love themselves, are not vampires. They are always pouring into you. They're always thinking, how can I level her life? How can I make life easier for her? My husband used to ask me every year, you sure you still want to work? You still want to work? And I actually enjoy my businesses. So for me, work is like fun, it's play. And I like having my own money. So I've always had my own money. But he was always checking in with me, right? And we always had family, like either his family lived with us, or my mom is with us now. My sister-in-law lives with us now. So I always had a village. I always had support. I was never like, and I've been in sales for 20 years. Even on my sales jobs, I was setting my own schedule, and then someone was watching my kids, and then someone was helping me clean. And so I was never doing things alone. I know the power of a village. What they're teaching women nowadays in the year 2025 is the reason why they're burnt out. You're supposed to have a village. You're not supposed to be doing 12 jobs a day. Where they get that from? Where they get that from? I don't know. Right? So yeah, focus on yourself. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, focus on yourself. Love on yourself, girl. Love on yourself. I promise you. The man will come into your life. He'll see she's already accomplishing. She's already achieving. She's already living a good life. I'm going to have to take her to her next level. And the ones who don't think that, I'm telling you, they will leave you alone. Men would see before I got married, when I had bought my first house, men would see I owned a home. And the ones who were insecure, they wouldn't talk to me. They would see that I owned a home, and they'd be like, oh, okay. And that's what you want. You don't want to marry an insecure man. You don't want to marry a man who's threatened by your success. You want to marry a man who sees your success and is like, oh, I got to take her to the next level. I got to be more successful. That's what my husband did. He saw my success and he was like, I got to be more successful. I got to supersede her success. And that's what he's done. He makes more money than I do now, but he didn't when I first met him. But he was like, it inspired him. He wasn't threatened by it. He wasn't, he wasn't insecure, right? Okay. Oh, no, you have a brain. Oh, subhanAllah. I'm so sorry. You have a rare brain disease. Wow, mashallah. Pray every day for Allah subhanahu. I'll make a prayer for you today too, but pray every day, Shamisa, that Allah gives you shifa and aids in your healing and makes things easier for you, okay? I'm so sorry about that. That's hard. That's a hard one. If you guys have any stingy? No. She said these guys are stingy or broke. Then you're around the wrong men. There's plenty of men on the planet Earth who are not stingy and are not broke. Plenty. I'm married to one. And all the men he hangs around are not stingy or broke. And this is what I tell women. You got to look at his friends too. What type of men is he hanging around? Stingy and broke are usually men who are insecure or low self-esteem or selfish. His friends are probably the same. So you're going to have to be around a different type of man that's not stingy or broke, right? And I always say like attracts like. So the question for you is, are you stingy and broke? This is why I tell women, have your own. Have your own, right? If you don't have a higher level mindset and you're not thinking, how can I improve my life so I'm not stingy and broke? Guess what you're going to attract in a man? Guess what you're going to attract? If you're not thinking about wealth building or having, a business or having a great career or having an education that provides you with more than enough, guess what you're going to attract? So I never looked outside of myself. I always focused on building myself up. And I knew as I was building myself up, then I would have a man in my life who was also doing the same. My husband and I are very similar. We're business owners. We think about building wealth. We think about retirement. We think like we're very similar in our mindsets. And I really do believe that the believers are mirrors of each other. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that in hadith. The believers are mirrors of each other. They're mirrors. So whatever I see in him is probably in me. It's probably in me. And that means that I need to work on myself to get that out of myself. Right? Because how can I expect to be with someone who is 100% different than me? So thank you so much, sis. I hope I do inspire you guys, because I've had enough of seeing these TikTok videos about women and their husbands not taking care of them, not mistreating them, not treating them well. There's one I saw, I guess the trend now is like single married women. Single married women where the women are doing everything and they're working and they're paying bills. Yes, they're paying bills too. And they're working and they're cooking and cleaning at home and they're taking care of the kids and they're shuffling all the kids all places. And I always say to them, work on building a village. My husband works 10, 12-hour days. So I don't expect him to be home doing all the things with the kids. I don't expect that. But I work part-time, and I did that intentionally. So I'd have the energy, so I can go home and take a nap. Then I'd have the energy to maintain my household, to cook for my family. I did it intentionally. And what I came to believe and understand is that if I'm trading dollars for hours, I'm always going to just be getting by. I can't trade dollars for hours. And this is what I did a video. I talked to this girl who was a coffee barista this morning about sales, getting into sales so that you can stop trading dollars for hours and you can sell things so you can decide how much income you create and you don't have to be on a fixed schedule to do it. Right? Like I said, I've been in sales for 20 years. So I started to see that I wanted to have a flexible schedule because I have children and I wanted to have time to take care of my children as well. So anyway, if you guys have more questions or comments, just put them in the chat. But yeah, we're done with vampires. We don't deal with vampires. He promised to contact your wali and he has it in 5 days. Honey, this is what I say about women, especially in the beginning, in the that courtship in the very beginning. He should be initiating everything. He should be initiating everything. I'm going to ask him, I need you to go talk to my wali or my father for my hand in marriage, because I need other men to hold him accountable for the way he treats me. So I need my brothers involved. I need my father involved, because I'm going to have men hold him accountable. I'm not holding a grown man accountable for anything. I don't need to. I'm going to have the men in my life hold, like they met my husband and they explained to him, this is the level of treatment we expect. And he agreed to that. But I'm not going to initiate the contact. If I said to him, I need you to talk to my father, my brothers, my wali, and he doesn't do it, I wouldn't talk to him. And the next time he reaches out to me again, I'd be like, oh, did you talk to my father? And if he's like, oh, no, I'm scared, I wouldn't talk to him. Because I need him to see the standards that I have for my life. And I need to set boundaries with him, right? Before marriage. And if I don't do it before marriage, what's going to happen is he's not going to respect me. Because he's not going to respect my boundaries. He's going to be like, oh, she's going to say one thing and do another. Like a lot of women do. A lot of women will say, I'm not going to be physically intimate with him before marriage. Like, I'm really not going to go there. I'm really not going to do it. And then they go do it. They'll literally tell the guy, we're not going to do anything before marriage. I'm a Muslim woman. It's haram. I'm not going to do anything. And then they'll go do it. So what do you think you've taught the man? I've said this before. You gotta teach men how to treat you. And it's not by your words. They don't learn from a woman's words. They learn from your behavior. So if I'm telling him one thing and doing another, he's going to think, oh, she's a pushover. And he's going to treat you the same way in marriage. I can get anything I want from her. Vampire. I can get anything I want from her. Vampire. He's not going to be thinking, what can I give to her? How can I pour into her? How much more can I give her? That's a vampire, girl. I told you, it's the year 2225. I feel like you guys are not with me in this year. It's the year 2225. We don't deal with vampires, okay? Walaikum assalam, beautiful women. Walaikum assalam. I love being a Muslim woman because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us how to avoid vampires. He's taught us. He's taught us. These men are here for your protection and provision. What are you doing? Like, I don't understand. What are you doing? Why would a man be in your presence for any other reason? Just to play games, date you, have fun with you, sleep with you? Like what? No, that's a vampire. No. Love God so much. Okay, good questions. And I answer business questions too, y'all, because I have 2 businesses. So I answer business questions too. Is selling homemade hijab pins a good business? This is what I tell women, promise of the mercy. If you sell smaller ticket items, which is okay because that's what you love, it's something you love to do, you may not make as much money as you want to versus selling higher ticket items like cars, houses, different other things. However, if you have a man in your life who is paying all the bills, which is what God said he's supposed to be doing, and your business is just like a hobby, or some women do it for, they call it pocket money in African culture. My husband's African, so they call it pocket money. So someone will just have a business for pocket money. Their husband pays all the bills and they just use their money for shopping or the kids' clothes. That's fine. That's fine. But if you want to make more money, you want to sell higher ticket items. And it just depends on what you want to do. The other thing is you don't want to sell things you don't love. If you're going to be in business, you have to sell things you love and that you want to teach people about and you want to promote and market it. If you don't want to promote and market it, don't sell it. Don't do it. But of course, you can sell whatever you want to sell. There's women selling, if you guys scroll through TikTok, there's women selling all types of stuff on TikTok. I'm very impressed with these. And they're young, and these are young girls making money online. The internet, yes, but internet has opened a whole new world to people who want to sell things online. And if you are not taking advantage of it, I don't know. I don't know. We love the internet. Do you guys have more questions I answer questions about marriage, courtship, love, money, everything, business, everything, life, everything. How do I deal with pressure from family? I believe that I have the number one caretaker. My number one caretaker is always with me, the creator of the universe. So whenever I'm feeling pressure, I go to my caretaker. Caretaker, these human beings are tripping. Caretaker, these human beings are tripping. I don't know what's going on with these human beings. They're trying to get me to do things I really want to do. Caretaker, I need your assistance. That's how I talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I need your assistance with these crazy human beings. So, and then have faith that he will work things out for you. Always stand up for yourself. You have a right. You have a right to stand up for yourself. And you go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask him, if you don't have the courage to stand up for yourself, you ask Allah, pray for courage. I've in sujood so many times have cried for courage. I've shared my hijab journey with you guys so many times. I didn't wear hijab for a long time. And I would be in sujood crying for the courage. Ya Allah, give me the courage. And one day, I'm getting ready to cry. Oh, tears. I love God so much. Oh, tears. One day, and this is how he works. He dropped the courage in my heart. SubhanAllah. He dropped the courage in my heart. Glory be to God. So he can drop anything into your heart. Don't think human beings have ultimate control in your life. They don't. And once I realized who had real control in my life, that vampires didn't have control in my life, then he showed up and shows out like he does for me every day. In the smallest of details in my life, he shows up for me. So get real connected. personal relationship to your Lord. Get real connected, and He'll show up for you. I promise you. Okay. Yeah, but pray about everything. My brother, what are you talking about? Oh no, my brothers were. I grew up with like seven brothers. I'm the second child, older brother, and I have a lot of other brothers. And when it was time for my husband to propose to me, I had him go to my father and my brothers. Why would I try to hold a grown man accountable? No. I want him to know I have men in my life that have been providing for me and protecting me before I met you. My father was providing for me and protecting me before I met him. So you need to go talk to my brothers and my father so they can explain to you what they expect from you. And if that you don't honor your agreement with me, your contract with me, your marriage contract with me, this going to be a problem. So I don't understand why women are just dating men and just hanging out with men and being alone with men. And they're not getting their father and brothers involved. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Because what a man is thinking is, oh, she's not protected by other men. So I can have my way with her. I can have my way with her. And you're just like, yeah, I don't want him to meet my father because I just need alone time. Alone time with him. Gasp. No, alone time. What are we doing? Are we talking marriage or what are we doing? Why are we just hanging out? What is the point of this? Right? You want him to know you had a father, you had brothers before you met him that are serious about your protection and provision. Right? What's the easiest high ticket business to start off with? I don't think you should just go for high ticket. I think you should sell what you love. I think you should sell what you love. Now, if you sell real estate, cars, those are high ticket items. My husband owns car lots, right? High ticket items. But I personally couldn't sell cars. I couldn't sell cars. My husband literally was asking me, he just got me a Tesla. And he's like, oh, I need you to go watch this YouTube video to figure out how to work it. And I literally had to watch a YouTube video. I was like, I don't know, like, so I couldn't teach customers about cars. So that's why I tell you have to sell things that you know and that you want to learn about and that you're knowledgeable about. You can't just go sell. If you just go sell anything, you're not going to be successful. I started selling when I first got into my first sales position. I used to sell yearbook programs to high school students and college students. So I would go talk to the principals and the yearbook teachers to get the business. And then I would teach the kids how to build a yearbook program, how to design their books, how to market and sell their books. And I loved it. I made that company $2 million. I loved it because I love teaching. I love teaching. That's why I'm here with you guys at once a week and sometimes every day because I love teaching. I know my God-given talent and gifts. And because I love teaching, when I was in a classroom with kids and teaching them for an hour, my heart was like this out my chest. That's how you want to feel in your work. You want to feel excited. You want to feel inspired. You want to feel like, I want to do it. I want to share it. I want to sell it. So it's not just high ticket. It's what would I love to talk about every day. What I love to talk about every day. Some women like makeup. Girl, they can tell you all the different foundation shades and they're on TikTok showing you, let me show you how I did my blush today. And their hearts are like this. That's why they're selling. It's not just for money. It's love. This is what I tell women. When you're selling something you love, it's an energy that the person on the receiving end is feeling. They're feeling your love. And love is very attractive. It's very attractive. And you're going to attract people that love the same thing you love. They're going to love makeup too, or jewelry, or like this girl that I met today she's going to be selling jewelry. She loves jewelry. So when she's talking about jewelry, she's going to be in heaven talking about jewelry. And the customer on the other end is going to feel her love and they're going to be in love. And that's how you build a sell. But don't just do things because you just want to make money. That's not enough. Oh, so Risen, you need to watch the whole video on my YouTube channel. I did a list of why women in the year 2020, 22, 25 are no longer married to energy draining, soul sucking vampires. They're married to men who invest in them, pour into them, care about their well being, care about their feelings, care about their finances. Those are the men they're married to because they're different. They're different. So if you want to watch the whole video, after I'm done this TikTok, yeah, I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. I had a list, 10 things. 10 things. Let's see. So watch the whole video. If you guys have questions about love, marriage, courtship, business, all the questions, put them in the chat. If you want to spread awareness around the illness you have, Shamiza, get online and start talking about it. You'd be surprised how you will build a following just talking about the things you care about. I come on TikTok every day. I go on YouTube every day and talk about the things I care about. That's all I do. That's all I do, right? And I'm building a following. I have 13,000 followers now on TikTok just from showing up consistently and talking about the things I really, really am passionate about. That's how you build a business, okay? What if a guy's a bad communicator? I probably wouldn't be attracted to that because I'm a good communicator. So for me, communication is attractive. It's attractive. So when I meet a man, like my husband is a great communicator, and the fact that he's witty and he can communicate, that was very attractive to me because I'm a great communicator. So you will subconsciously be attracted to either the things you see in a person that you don't have because you're like, oh, I want to learn how to do that, be that, or the things that you do have and you're like, oh, we have a connection with that. So I'll give you an example. So one of the things that I saw in my husband before I married him that I wanted to create in myself that I didn't have was this man will not allow any human being to disrespect him. I have seen him curse people out with no regard. He will not allow it. And I was always so nice and I wouldn't stand up for myself all the time. But I was 29 back then. And I wasn't always honest with people. And watching him taught me how to stand up for myself, how to make sure my needs were met, how to make sure I was honest with people about the treatment I expected. Just watching him. So the fact that he was that way was very attractive because it was something I wanted to learn. So when you meet a man, you should be asking yourself 2 questions. What can he teach me? Will he help me grow in my life? Because he has some qualities I don't have. So I could become better just being around him and learning those qualities. And do we resonate? Do we also share similar characteristics that would make us compatible? Right? He's really like the male version of me, but he is, I always feel like, on my next level. Like, to give you an example, like when I first met him, he was more financially healthy. Like he was more financially good with money, and he was a saver, and he was an investor, and I was a spendthrift. I would spend every dollar I had until I got to my last dollar because I was raised in poverty and I wasn't taught to save and I wasn't taught to invest. So I was just a spendthrift. And he taught me to be more conscious of money and to be more financially responsible and to learn how to invest money for returns, how to learn how to make a profit for returns, right? I learned those things from him. So whenever you're meeting men, you have to ask yourself, what can I learn from this man? How can I grow? And how can I help him grow? There were things that I've taught him that he didn't know or understand, right? So that's what marriage is about. It's about, can we help each other grow together, right? Okay, good question. That was a good question. Y'all had me off in my bag. What does respect even mean? I feel like men use that too often. I think, I'm going to tell you what respect is. It starts with self first. So respect is, how do I want to be treated? How do I want to be spoken to? Do I give that to my husband? Does he give that to me? How do I want to be treated? How do I want to be spoken to? Right? Do I want to be yelled at? Do I want to be cursed out? Do I want to be spoken to in a calm demeanor, even when I'm upset? That's respect. If I'm giving it, I'm expecting to receive it, right? If I'm giving it, I'm expecting to receive it. How do you know if a guy isn't interested anymore but can't say it? That's obvious. A man who is not initiating plans with you is not interested. Or he's feminine, and you don't want that either. A man who is not initiating plans, is not telling you what the next step is not initiating the next step with you, is not serious. And you deserve a serious man, right? You deserve a serious man, right? So, may Allah bless my father so much. But I've learned so much about the treatment from him. Always initiating next step. My dad was my dad, always initiating. This is what we're going to do next. This is where I need you. You're going to go to school here. You're going to, right? Initiating. Next step. And my husband is the same way, initiating. What's next for our family? Where are we going next? What are we doing in the next 10 years? Right? Initiating things for kids. Okay, you need to go to the Running Start program. I need you to go to this school because I want you to get out of school early and you're going to go to college and you're going to get your MBA so you can run my businesses. Futuring. Thinking next generation. Right? I'm building this business out for you so you can take over it. So you'll be able to take care of your family with this business. And now you're going to work with me in the summer so you can learn the business. Initiating. That's how you know. You want a serious man. And I think women got to get more serious about their lives. Because, love is all fun and good and gooey. I like love too. I love love. I love gifts. I love surprises. I love love. But I also think you got to be serious about your life. What do you want for your life? What are your plans for your life? What are your expectations? What are you working on every day? Right? Yeah, it really is. Man, I love a leader. That to me is very attractive in a man. A leader? Yes. I don't know how women are with men who are not leaders. That's very unattractive. If I have to lead and I have to initiate and I have to plan and I have to, girl, I want to literally turn my brain off when I'm in the presence of my husband. Because I'm in my brain all day when I'm, in my businesses. So it's like, I don't want to be thinking. I want you to be telling me this is what's happening next. Because I need to be just easy. When I get home, I just want ease. I want to be easy. Okay? How do I feel about getting married and being apart and seeing each other every 2 months or more? What I tell women is, how do you feel about it? That's a hand over heart, eyes closed question. How do I feel? Is this something I could live with? Would I be happy in this situation? You got to start getting to your truth. You got to get to the truth. For me personally, I've been married for 20 years, so being apart for a couple of months wouldn't be a big deal. But how I was in, year one, I would want to be up under my husband 24/7, which we couldn't even be that way. But I think you have to be honest with yourself. This is why I tell them you have to know yourself. If it's going to be a hardship for you to be married to a man that you only see every couple of months, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Right? So I keep saying, you got to start getting honest. If you lie to yourself before marriage, girl, you'll be lying to yourself the whole marriage, and then you won't be happy, right? So you got to know who you are. You got to know what you need, and that's, like I said, that's a question you want to sit down with yourself and get to the truth of it. Don't lie to yourself ever in life. It's not necessary. Okay. Let's see. Do you guys have more questions? I have like 3 minutes. I usually do my TikToks for an hour, and then after that, I'm usually spent. It's a lot of energy. So if you guys have more questions, you have a couple of minutes, put them in the chat. But yeah, you gotta, it's the year 2225. How about we start being this way in the year 2025? We're getting ready to go into a new year. Inshallah, we're getting ready to go into 2026. How are things going to be different for you in 2026? Have you thought about it? Have you thought about the type of man you want to be with? What are you attracted to in a man? I hope it's just not physical. I hope you're seeing inside of him. Right? Like I said, you got to be attracted to other things besides physical. Because physical doesn't last. It doesn't last. You have to be attracted to who he is inside. His character. Right? Character and religion. 2 most important things. If he's handsome, that's a bonus. But handsome wears off. when your life is not going well. Handsome wears off real fast, and then you get into bitterness and resentment, and he stops looking attractive. So don't just be with a guy because he's attractive physically, right? Okay. Um. Oh, congratulations! You own a residential commercial cleaning company. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I love women in business. Hope things are working out for you. Set your income goals. Zara, put your income goals in a place you can see them every day, like on your bathroom mirror, and write literally, Alhamdulillah, I receive over X amount of dollars this month with ease. And then once you start getting to that amount, you want to change the amount. You want your subconscious to see it every day. You want to be telling yourself, yeah, I'm going to get to that next level. Yep. And it's going to be easy, right? And Allah's going to show me all the ways, provide all the support, all the resources. Like, start convincing yourself that you can do what you want to do in your life. Okay? They switch up. No, I don't believe that. I believe y'all miss red flags. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm going to tell you what the issue is with women. Number one, a lot of women don't love themselves. So they accept poor treatment. They accept it in the beginning. They don't set boundaries. They don't have standards. They don't know what they need. And then they also ignore red flags. And then they stay too long. In year one, if you see there's trouble in year one and you don't think he's trying to change or you're not trying to change, why are y'all still together? So I think the issue, I really believe women set the tone in the relationship. I see it for myself. I believe it. So I think you have to make really smart decisions and choices in life. In regards to men, in regards to career or business, in regards to education, you got to start making smart choices. You got to make real smart choices because it affects your life for your whole life. And if you have children with a man, for your whole entire life, you're going to be in some capacity, whether you guys are married or not, you're going to have to deal with that man. So you got to start being more careful. And you got to start really honoring yourself and loving yourself and building up your own life so that you're not desperate for marriage. Marriage is like, again, it's cherry on top. For me, marriage was cherry on top. I already was living an amazing life. I was traveling. I owned my own property. I was already doing all the good things. I had friendships. I had a good life. It was a cherry on top. I wasn't searching for a man to fill me up and make me happy and fulfill me, like a lot of women are doing. And that's why they end up with the men they end up with. Like I said, if he comes into your life and he already sees this girl is investing in herself, she's pouring into herself, she's taking care of herself, he's going to think, what? I got to give her next level. I got to give her next level. And is he doing the same thing for himself? Is he pouring into himself? Is he investing in himself? Is he building up his career or his business? What is he doing? Right? So everything is within, I promise y'all. So with that, guys, I'm at my hour. I'm going to sign off. I send you guys love and peace as always. We got a vision. I got a vision for women all over the world. That we are going to start creating healthier, more loving relationships with men. Okay? So I send you guys love. Work on self first. Get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Heal your heart. Work on self. Love yourself. Honor yourself. Okay? My salams.